We're going to hear third quarter earnings reportings. And when you think about what usually happens before a quarter is estimates come down, companies guide down. We saw the smallest guide down that we've seen in any of the last 4 quarters coming in the third quarter. So third quarter is intact. I'd be a little cautious about what some of those companies say during their conference calls as it pertains to input cost, as it relates to tariffs and some modicum of inflation coming up. But I think the third quarter and the fourth quarter are intact. And in 2019, unless and until we roll over into some sort of a recession, probably looks like a pretty standardized year with earnings growth of call it low double digits and revenue growth of high single digits. So yeah, I think the fundamental story is intact.
Let's not forget it is October. It is the fourth quarter, which means we're going to be seeing the numbers out of the third quarter. We've talked so much about trade and tariffs and Trump and now Italian bond yields and China. We forget that actually corporate earnings should be, could be, hope to be the main driver for stocks. How are we shaping up for the third quarter in terms of earnings?
Yeah, so I think that's the important thing, and you're right. There's a lot of noise coming out of Washington. There's quite a circus going on all sorts of fronts, and certainly trade has been the number one concern. But when we get down to it, what do we care about? Why do we invest in stocks? And it's their fundamentals. It's their earnings power. How much are we willing to pay for a dollar's worth of earnings going forward in the United States? And the third and fourth quarter look pretty darn good, as the first 2 quarters of this year did. We're going to see the S&P 500 with 20-something% earnings growth on high single-digit revenue growth, and all of that looks pretty good with a backdrop of an S&P 500 that's trading at about 16.8 times the next 12 months' earnings. So relatively good valuations heading into a strong earnings reporting season should bode pretty well. I think that when you think about what sectors do the best, obviously technology is going to outperform. I think we're going to see some upside surprises in healthcare and consumer discretionary.